And it's quite amazing how far, when we've got a high entitled leader, especially working with a low entitled leader, just how far that high entitled leader can go. And we've seen it being incredibly disruptive in our client organizations. And some of these high entitled leaders they've been around in the organization for a while. Some of them might even come in brand new and operate from that high sense of entitlement as leaders. And right now, we have a client and again, very established organization. They've spent a lot of money over the last 10 years really investing in a lot of their programs and processes and infrastructure to make significant strides in it and move the organization along in its evolution. And they recently brought in a head of for one of their functions with the intention of having this individual be able to take it all kind of to that next stage and evolve it further. And this organization happens to be really consensus driven. So they operate very much off of a shared model or a shared leadership model where everybody has input into the key decisions in each of the others' areas. So there's nobody off there kind of working in silos. There's a ton of work that's done to make sure that there's an alignment. So in the hiring process, he really convinced them that he's inclusive and collaborative. He was really charming and engaging on all kinds of stories for the work he had done in his prior organizations. And yet when he came into the organization, very quickly positioned himself as this one-man show with him in the spotlight. I don't need anybody to help me. I don't even need to understand the way things are done in this organization. In fact, I remember one conversation pretty early on where he very politely said to me, well, thanks. I appreciate the information, but I'm going to form my own opinion. And so it's like, I don't even want to hear. I'm so high entitled and I know what's best and nobody can tell me. And I'm going to make all of these decisions. And where this led to was this starting to create and bring forward these programs that the executive had not asked for. It wasn't even on their radar to be doing it. Hadn't even gotten any input from the executive team about how they would like to see this be done. Just brought it forward as here it's done, let's roll it out, which of course the executive team jumped all over. Went on with one of their other core processes that they repeat every year and decided to completely change the methodology that the organization was using, going so far as to say, well, this is the right way to do it, as though they were the expert and more of an expert than this organization that invested really heavily in building up the process that they were using today.